right, stand by, folks. Sister Lola should be joining shortly. Where's everybody tuning in from? Get more centered. All right. There she is. Sister Johnielle, yes, I can. Well, I can see you in the chat. And I'm going to accept your request now. There we go. You should be coming in 3, 2, 1. There she is. Hey,
Greetings.
sis. How you doing?
I'm excellent. How are you?
Good, good. Let me turn this music down.
Okay.
All right. Cool, cool. So yeah, we got a few people in the chat. Let's see. Chief says he's live from Freetown. Yeah, we know that, brother. Yeah, we got a few other folks in the house. All
For
right, more
sure.
people are tuning in. Yeah, where's everybody tuning in from? Just drop a message in the chat.
Lisa Monique.
There's some of your people tuning in.
No, I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's all
I just
good.
read
So
the name.
it's all good, all good. Yeah, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. Like I was saying, Portland in the house. Okay. I am Baba Singbe, Tennessee TB, and this is my Sister Lola, our Minister of Information. Some of you may have seen us before.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's been a little while since we've been on live. And the last time was a little before we traveled to Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Mm-hmm.
And as you can see, we're now back in our respective places. I
Yeah.
thought we would come on today and just talk to everybody for a little bit, give a recap of our trip, just talk about our experiences, and yeah, just some things that we have coming up.
Yeah, of course.
So let me just
Okay.
see what.
Well, yeah. You wanna? Well, I'm gonna first say that I enjoyed myself, and I really had a great time.
Yeah.
Overall, everything was wonderful. I enjoyed seeing Sierra Leone. That's my first time being in Africa, the continent. So um, that was big for me as well. It was it was exactly what I expected it to be. Well,
Mm,
it's exactly what I felt like it was going to be, but I didn't have any expectations as to what I wanted it to be.
hmm
So I think that allowed me to be fluid and just flexible and work. I just went with the flow of things, and
hmm
it was wonderful. Overall, I would say what I enjoyed most was the um, the ferry ride over to and
Oh yeah.
I
That,
enjoyed it most because it was funny because it's like I didn't expect the waves to be that to be
hey, listen, y'all. When you when you're leaving Lungi Airport to go to Freetown, you have to take a ferry.
hmm
And I remember we were standing before we boarded the ferry. We
yeah,
were like, "Wow, this water is these waves are kicking up."
right,
So that
exactly.
was yeah, that was a very eventful ride.
hmm Yeah, so I enjoyed the ferry ride just because it was interesting to see to be in the boat crossing, and you're already on the plane, but then to be in a boat crossing, it's interesting because obviously you're there and you're like, man, this is also too an ancestral like closing for me because it's like some of my ancestors obviously came through this area, and
Yeah.
could have even migrated to this area. Like, you don't really know exactly sometimes, but for those like yourself who can trace themselves directly back there, you're like, it's just interesting because you're keeping in mind, obviously, that there was the Atlantic slave trade as well. At least I
hmm
did. I kept that
Right.
when I was
Yep.
crossing the water. So it was interesting. But what I enjoyed the most really was the people.
Hmm.
What I enjoyed the most was the people, and just being able to. It was just like you're just meeting different people,
Yeah, yeah,
and it was wonderful. And the fact that we had already established ourselves in the organization, and so we were going back, meeting others, and being honored in a sense, coming back to a village and that we were working with. You guys see us talk about the Gullah Development Fund, the Gullah Leone Union Development Fund. However, that's a part of it. GRM-SL, Gullah Redemption Mission Sierra Leone, is a part of the union, and that's the boots on the ground, working there, doing the
right.
blueprint campaign, King Jimmy, things like that. It was just like wow to see it all in person. You're doing things online, but to see it in person, it was really great.
Yeah, excuse me. And yeah, some of the highlights for myself, yeah, the like I said, the ferry ride, that was a trip,
Yeah.
getting over to the mainland. Um, but even myself and Sister Lola, we met for the first time.
Hmm. Yeah.
I know you see us online and we kick it like we've known each other for years, but it was our very first time meeting in person. And
Yeah.
also our brother Chief Fode, Sister Kenya, his wife, and some of our others, and many other people that in our organization that we've been building with
Hmm.
for well over, over a year now. Um, that was just fantastic. It was like just meeting family and meeting old friends.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just a lot of great memories were made,
Hmm.
with our team and family there. Some other highlights for me, that cassava. Everybody's been talking about, man, you
Wow.
got it. You ever had cassava? Yeah, I said no. I keep hearing about it. I've been hearing about it forever,
Yeah.
and to finally have it home cooked, oh, y'all. It's just delicious. It's
Yeah.
just a wonderful dish.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and just for myself, it wasn't my first time going to Africa. I went to South Africa, but it's coming up on 22 years now. So it was the first time in a very long time being on the continent, but my first time being in West Africa. And the
Okay.
energy it's very different. I
Mm.
remember South Africa. I was there. I was fortunate enough. I spent a month there,
Right.
but very different energy. And then the fact that I can trace my lineage back to
Right.
Sierra Leone and just the
Right.
history. Yeah, it was a totally different experience, but a overall wonderful experience.
That cassava leaf was so good, and it's so interesting because it's like the same reality that you have, like if you're coming from another place to America and you have like American food and you're eating it like fast food, or you're like, dang, American food sucks. But if
Right.
you have somebody cooking for you, if you have somebody who knows the dishes and they're preparing food for you, it's different. And I'm glad that we got to experience both, in the sense of
Yeah.
we experienced the fast food in the beginning because it was just like you're just getting there, you're hungry. It,
That
the
Thursday that we were
process,
starving.
the processes are different with how you prepare food when you eat. We were there during Ramadan, so the time difference and people eating and everything
Right.
is different on that. And so it was interesting because we had some of the fast food, which wasn't bad. It was actually it was better quality fast food than I see here in America. I mean, you talking, we're saying fast food, but I'm talking about, like, I don't know if y'all from the South, Miss Winters, but I'm talking about like like chicken. It was rice. It was
Big
like a
big chicken.
fish. You can get chips or like fries and things like that, but it was just like it wasn't like like even the burgers was like good meat. It was just those things were different. But to that cassava leaf, the first time I had it, I mean, it's like nothing you've ever worked.
It's
You
just
gotta have
good. We
that.
can't explain. I honestly, I can't really explain the taste.
Yeah.
It is a unique taste and just flavor. Oh, but
Yeah.
it's so good, y'all. So
Yeah.
yeah. Um, but going back, that I remember that first night, and I think we ate. It was probably real late because we were out.
Yeah.
Was out with Chief and scrambling trying to find food. But I went to that restaurant and it wasn't really. I didn't consider it fast food because
Yeah.
it took time for them to cook it. So
Exactly.
but again, it is very different from
Hmm.
someone in their home, in their kitchen. So yeah, so it was good that we got to experience both.
Right. One thing, and we'll have videos. We'll have videos coming up about our trip and then different things because, me personally, I'm a numbers person. I'm a money person. So I like to know when I go somewhere. I want to know the expenses. I want to know the ranges of things so I can look forward to what I would pay and and I think that since we've gone and we've come back, we're able to give a better idea for those who are visiting, whether you're, that we have Gullah Geechee who can help with repatriation services and things like
Right.
that. However, when it comes to just like what you can expect to pay for, like the way we did on our trip, how we did it, and we we're building something to show you guys. We have videos coming up. We can help with different recommendations. However, one thing that I do recommend the most, that helped the most, is the fact that we had people on the ground when we got there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it helped a lot, especially when it came to purchasing, like market, like shopping. I'm purposing to highlight the things that are more like juicy, for
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
However, like the shopping, the market is just, I enjoyed it so much because I love the fact that I can, hackle down for a price rather than like, just paying
Yeah,
what.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's a nice little relationship. I enjoyed it. So that was really nice. And then the market is different. So many markets. I mean, man, it was just like Africa really is. Well, I can say Sierra Leone from my experience, right? However, it was the epitome of using. Like I always say that
Us, and I like
it's
that.
the epitome of using. Like that's all you see.
Right,
People walking
right.
with a grill. The brother who had the grill on his head.
I'll do-
And I mean, walking like with
Yeah,
no problems,
yeah, just and nobody bothering him, nobody clowning him. He was just,
It
hey, he
was
had
a
someplace to go. They needed a grill, I guess. So,
it was barbecue.
yeah.
He was like, I got
Hmm.
it. Came with
Yeah.
it, right? But I mean, it was like the epitome of us and making it happen no matter what. And
Right.
it's like it was such a raw truth because we got to be able. We were at the grassroots level. We went to the villages. We went through Freetown. We went through parts that were very impoverished, like King Jimmy and
Yeah.
Government Wharf. We were there. We have a lot of members there, and so it was interesting to see like what people consider like the crime areas and things like that.
Hmm.
It was interesting to see the dynamics and to see the similarities that we have here and that they have there.
Hmm.
However, like it was just really good to have people on the ground because we were able to get a real authentic feel of Sierra Leone rather than just like that tour, like, oh, okay,
Touristy. Yeah.
that's a nice historic place. And I enjoyed that part of it as well, the tour. However, I really enjoyed being able to be one with the people, just chilling, relaxing, and, being able to just see how people live their daily life.
And even when you speak of our tour,
Mhm.
nothing felt touristy to me at all.
Not at
Even
all.
some of the places that you may consider more, you might find it in a Lonely Planet or something like that. The majority of the places we went, you won't
Hmm.
find.
Right.
So I think we had a very, very unique experience. So
We definitely did. And again, a lot of that attributed to the fact that we already had boots on the ground. We had people who'd been there for over, 8 years total.
coming up on 9, and yeah,
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 so it helped with the transition. It helped us not overpay. It helped us be able to understand the mindset and the idea. And again, these are videos that we'll have coming later on our YouTube channel as well. So make sure you subscribe to Gullah House Media. However, just the mindset that you want to have going over, because coming from, I'm going to say anybody that has African blood, I think it's imperative for you to go and look and see for yourself. Especially, I would say even in West Africa, those who
yeah.
can come back to that, because it lets you understand what our position is as a people, and it also helps you understand like what your privilege is being in America, right? The
Mm,
and what I mean by that is just that the exposure that we've had to certain things, the ability to clean water. Like the first time I got back, I have a filter in the kitchen, and I was getting some water, and I was like, oh no, I was going to look for a bottled water because I got so conditioned to us being in
Oh
in and out,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Not drinking from the tap. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Hmm.
I was like, I caught myself and I was like, oh man, whoa. Like, I was just like, wow, I don't have to do that anymore. Like, you know what I'm saying? It really like messed with me. It was like, whoa, the problems that I came back being like, even I felt lazy. I was like, the problems and the complaints that I've had my
Hmm.
whole life up until that point, I really see how it's really like the little rich girl being upset that, the cake burnt.
Right.
The
Hmm.
cake burnt. You know what I mean?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
It's like wow. It really made me be like, whoa, I gotta have my it changed me. It changed me a lot. It made me
Yeah.
be like, nah, it's really nothing we can't do. And I saw old boy with the grill and the sisters with, all the stuff they
Carrying how
had.
many levels and just walking with just poise and ease and yeah,
Yeah. It was.
yeah.
Oh, another thing that I really enjoyed seeing was the traffic, right? So
Hey,
in
lit.
America, the traffic's bad. And I'm used to seeing cars move by, but in Africa, in Sierra Leone, let me speak. In Sierra Leone, oh god, it's the most beautiful thing you'll ever see because nobody hits each other. It's like It's like everybody with perfect timing. I mean, so close you can smell them, but nobody's hitting each other. You just
She ain't joking. You can reach out and high five somebody on a bike or a KK that's so close, but it seems so, I don't know,
yeah,
kind of just coordinated,
yeah, right, yeah,
you know, and everybody's blowing their horn and like, hey, I'm here. That
yeah.
horn is not, it's to let you know that, I'm here. So,
Yeah, behind you, over to the side of you, and that's another thing that they use their horns correctly. They use it what you're supposed to use it for to communicate.
right, right,
Yeah.
right.
But it was amazing. I was like, wow. I mean, you're in these little keke. The keke is like there's it's a two-seater, so you got like the driver here, and then in the
Yeah,
back you have like two or three people can get in the back, and it's like a little
right.
two-wheel, and that's the keke, and Okada is the bike, but it's like when you see people even on the backs of the Okadas, you just like, yo, they're just hanging on, like, and everybody just do over
Just
the.
move it, just move it. Did you,
It's,
wait a minute, did you ride on the motorbike, the Okada while you were there?
I did, yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
When we
because
lived
that
in the
was,
village, I did. Yeah.
oh, only in the village. You didn't ride in the
Only in
city?
the village. Yeah. I didn't
Oh, that one day, me and brother Matta, we had to get two separate bikes, and it was like a high-speed chase, I'm telling you.
ride.
I mean, I was excited, but then at the same time, just holding on. Yeah, it
Oh, yeah.
was,
That's my life.
yeah, it was fun, though. It was really
Yeah.
exciting, really exciting. Um, let's see. So let's talk about the trip to the village,
Yeah.
because that, for me, that was just probably number one in
Mm-hmm.
terms of just an experience.
Right.
Just as some of you may know, we have members in a village called Jamakoa, and that's
Mm-hmm.
where we're doing our community farming. You may have seen some footage on IG or Facebook. And we have about 30 members that are a part of Gullah Redemption Mission Sierra Leone. And the welcome that we received when we were pulling across that last little bridge into the village, which from the main road, I believe it's about 6 miles in.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was told. It was overwhelming. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
in a very good, just powerful way, you
Right.
know. And just to see everybody out with the shirts on, we have our shirts on. Many Roots One Fam Boy. It was just, oh man, I'll never forget that feeling.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, once we got a little bit settled, to actually go see the farm, y'all, the size of this land, it's really never ending. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And
I
the
agree.
cassava, of course.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Coming into the village. So for those to paint the picture. So you hear us speaking about the Gullah Development Fund, right? I just want to be very clear with this organization. It's not a charity. We're not
Right.
doing charity work. We operate underneath a nonprofit, which is why we accept donations, and you can get your tax deductible. Excuse me, your donations are tax deductible. However, the work that we're doing is not like a charity. It's helping to create sustainability. We're not just giving, we're
Right.
helping people to sustain food security, development for wells, clean water, things like that, right? So when we're going live and we're talking, when we're going live and we're talking, you know, about the development fund, whether that's Be Clean campaign, where we're cleaning up tools and seeds, where we're farmers assistance program. This is what you're giving to. So when we went in April, we got to put eyes and physical bodies to the sites that we have already been a part of and that you guys are all giving to, right?
Right.
So we were able to get like primary footage of the site and going to the village, just getting in there, it was like so long. I mean, it's just straight
It's
land.
deep, deep in
It's
the
deep in
bush, deep in the bush.
there. you know, it's deep in there. And when we got there, the members that we have there and the people, where that we've been helping build this farm, and we finished phase one, which is brushing. You guys saw that in the video yesterday, or the video on IG yesterday. However, we're in the planting phase. But anyway, we got there, we were received, we welcomed, and we'll have videos in the YouTube channel and on IG showing you guys this as we go along the content. However, it was nice just seeing everybody come up to the bus and welcoming and singing the songs, and everybody had their shirt on, and everybody was just really welcoming. It was wonderful to be a part of it, to witness yourself receive your name, and it was wonderful, and as well as
That was deep. That
others,
was
city
just
as well.
incredible.
Yeah,
Incredible.
wonderful. That was excellent. And the farming sites itself was just. I honestly was like, "Are you serious? Like all of this?
Yeah, yeah,
All of this? Like, wow, that's a lot. It's a lot of land."
yeah, yeah. It was pretty amazing.
Yeah,
I'm just quickly looking at the chat, see who else we have
of
in.
course, of course.
In case you're tuning in late, I am Baba Singbe, Tennessee TV, on with the Minister of Information, Sister Lola, and we're just giving a recap of our trip to Sierra Leone.
Right.
As some of you may know, we were there from April 22nd. I think we left on, it was May 1st.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I'm
yes, the
enjoying
tan
this
still
tan.
popping.
I've been out every day. I've been purposing to keep this bad boy every single day, girl. Like I have not been playing.
Yeah, we were talking about the water, and I'm sorry to jump around while we were there. The water's really soft there.
Go ahead.
Here in Japan, the water is very harsh.
Yeah, yeah,
The shower water, I noticed that immediately.
mm.
You don't need to really use any like, I
Yeah,
have I have my shea butter with me. Can't be running around ashy. I didn't use it
yeah,
while I was there. Just stayed naturally
yeah.
moisturized. I think we got a little bit of a delay.
We do. I was just giving time. I didn't want to overtalk you.
Okay, can you hear
Um,
me?
I can. Yes,
Okay,
I
great. Okay,
agree.
it's back now. Okay.
I agree. The water. Oh my gosh, y'all. Okay, y'all. So obviously, you can't drink the water that you use to bathe because of different, microbes and organisms, things like that. These are some of the things that we need to work on as a people. Basically, water filtration,
Absolutely.
all these things, right? So you immediately understand that there are certain inconveniences because these are problems that we have to solve, right? We can't wait for other people to do it. So that's just that sidebar. However, the interesting part about it is, although it's not recommended to drink, when you're using it on your body, like Baba Singer said, I mean, y'all, I did not even bring any shea butter because I was like, I'll get some when I get there. I
Right.
didn't even use it. I didn't even need to use. When I say it was like bathing in. I mean, it just feels good. It feels soft and you're clean, but you don't get ashy. Like it's
Right.
just like hydrating. You're like, what the? I mean, glistening, looking like you got shea butter on, but you don't.
Yeah, and that combined with the air temperature and the humidity, you
It's
just
over.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a wrap.
That's
Sister
true.
Kenya said, "Team no mandatory shea butter."
That's
Yeah,
true.
absolutely, absolutely. Um, what were some of the challenges
Mhm.
you faced while you were there?
The challenges I faced when well, it was, I would say, uh, the water was the first one that you become aware of, right?
Not
Because
being able to drink it,
not being able to drink the water, and then when you are drinking water, you're drinking it from plastic all the time.
all the time, whether that
All
be
the time.
bottles or plastic bags.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's understandable because we're developing there. However, I don't drink from plastic because of the different, the different little chemicals and things like that that come off in the plastic. So that was the first thing. That was a challenge because you're like, okay, like I'm not about to be out here like, oh, I'm drinking plastic, because clearly you need to drink from
Yeah.
plastic, right?
Right.
However, it's like it's so. I only say that to say the many levels that you be like, wow, like I'm here like just drinking from water, and you get thirsty there. It's like immediately you get thirsty. It's hot, it's humid. You know what I mean? It feels nice. It wasn't like unbearable. It felt like Florida to me as
Hmm.
far as the weather. However,
Yeah.
you get thirsty, and then you're like, okay, so how do I get water? So then you get water from the plastic. You get water from the little, the little tear offs. I forget what they call it, but like these little square, box, these little square packages with water in it, and you tear
Right.
it and drink it. So that's the first challenge
Hmm.
because you have to adjust to that, right? And so you're like, man, we got to get this going. The
Right.
second challenge was food.
Right.
The reason is two reasons for food. One is because of the water, because
Mm,
you don't want to just eat everywhere, right?
right.
Because of the water. And then the second is, uh, just for me, when I would go to get food, I had to adjust to the fact that I'm not at home. I wasn't just able to pull out and cook. Everything
Hmm.
is a little different,
Right.
and so you have to adjust to that, and then just how markets go, and how that goes. It wasn't a bad challenge. It was just
Mm.
some things that you're gonna experience when you get there. So you might
I
as well.
think I think that had we been there for a longer amount of time, let's say it was a month or a month and a half, we would have ventured out more and had time to
Of course,
go and buy things and bring,
of course,
bring things back and cook. But given the amount of time, it was
right.
just, yeah, that was difficult because every day it was like, okay, here I'm used to like having to, just eating breakfast, eating at set times.
Yeah,
And I found we were eating a bit more. Every
correct.
day was different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. And like you said, I mean, obviously we're busy, so
Right.
not to say that it's a setback. It's just something to since we've been there, we've been through it. Something for you to keep in mind, so that no matter where you go, I mean, this is something that you have to consider is your eating and how you're going to eat, and
Right.
to especially when you're going to somewhere like Sierra Leone, you can get people who will come and cook you good food, which is something that we could have done as well. So it's a few things that it's just like
Right.
that was a little challenging. And the third thing that I think was the biggest challenge was just transportation. The
Mm,
reason why I say that is, I mean, just going anywhere when you're just going anywhere and you're visiting, and it's the reason why I say that is because you notice, like, okay, when we're getting from the sea coach and where we were getting the different ferries and the buses to take us where we're going, you're like, there's a big need for transportation, you know
yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And these are all good things, because it's like, for those of us who come back with a mindset of how can I contribute, everything I'm saying is something that can potentially be, a contribution that you make, or that
Right.
your company makes. That's another reason why I'm giving that. But transportation, you're like, okay, even though it's so many things that you can do, you can catch a KK, it's ways you can get around. I'm not saying that. It's just like, yeah, okay, the transportation is, you get there and you're like, I see so many different ways we can come in here and just help and contribute and make this place better for ourselves.
Right. Right. That helped me. Just keeping that in mind just helped me to not get so frustrated at these, at these quote unquote challenges that we faced while we were there. It was like,
Yeah.
well, okay, I think that there's a potential solution for this.
Yeah.
Um, the one challenge for me, and again, maybe this is just me coming from a privileged position, was the
Hmm.
electricity.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
that's something, uh, we've experienced it even on our weekly calls with our family in our family in Sierra Leone.
Hmm.
Sometimes the power goes out,
Hmm.
and it is just part of life there.
Yeah.
And this is not, we experience it not just at our Airbnb, but at a larger facility. We were at a beach restaurant,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
and we were sitting outside and weather. We got drink. We having a great conversation going. Power went out.
Yeah.
Now, if it was here, if I was back in Detroit, hey, boy, everybody was just kind of just chill.
Yeah.
Just like, hey, this happens. Let's, you
Mhm.
know, we're alive, you know.
Right.
And but there was a couple of times when it went out in the middle of the night, and it was hot. So
Right.
that was a bit tough. But
Yeah.
again, that's something, I mean, that's a bit above my pay grade in terms of, figuring out a solution. But I don't think it's impossible to find a solution,
Yeah. No.
yeah.
No. 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 I mean, and we say challenges, just to say that these are the things you're going to notice. These are things you're going to notice.
Yes,
I think that
immediately.
immediately. I mean, it doesn't paint. It's not like, oh, don't go, and it's not at all of that. And it's not going to take away from you enjoying your trip. You know, you will enjoy your trip. You'll have a great time. It's just that these are the things that you will notice immediately, and to have that already in your mind so that you can enjoy yourself because I'm an adaptable person. But it didn't bother me that that the transportation was scared. These didn't bother me. These are challenges that I saw, and these are
Hmm.
things that I was like, okay, these are the greatest things that I saw. That was like, okay, these are the biggest changes or adjustments.
Hmm.
That it's like, okay, I see. You know what I mean? Like you start to say, I see, and I think that's the biggest thing why I say you need to go. We all need to go because you get to see how we can help. And then, like I said it on my Facebook post. Things that we talk about, we struggling, and we not really sure. Like I'm
We
telling
ain't struggling,
you,
y'all. We ain't struggling.
not even in the
Mm-mm.
craziest ghetto here. I
Mm-mm.
mean, it's different or ghetto here. It's like is different and like I said, it's something for us to experience because it just makes you go there and be just like you enjoy things. Like me, I like fresh food. I like getting my food from the market. So that's just adapting to any environment when you're getting your foods. However, you start to be like, I can see how the things that I know I can bring and help, and then I can see how I enjoy a lot of the things about Sierra Leone that I don't. I need to get rid of my in myself. You know what I mean? Like
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
enjoy. I enjoy like the laid back feel. I enjoy how everybody's just cool and just doing their thing, and everybody compliment your style. Like they'll tell you like I like you're cool, and they don't even know you
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
yeah, yeah.
but yeah,
And like you were just saying, everybody's cool and laid back. It
yeah,
kind of leads me into the time thing. Okay.
yeah, right,
All right. I'm a project manager. I tend to
yeah,
be like kind of like, okay, we doing this at 5:30 and I'm there 5:15. Okay.
mm-hmm. Yeah.
For those out there with that kind of mindset, get rid of it before
Right.
you go to Sierra Leone. It's I'll just
No.
say it's different.
Yeah.
It's different. Um, just try to just be flexible, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, if you can just be flexible and be able to pivot, every now and then, you'll have a super enjoyable time,
Yeah, I mean, just
So
let everybody say everybody on CP time there.
that is the origin.
It came from there.
It came from there. This is real. This is
I'm telling
real.
you. And it's CP time because it's CP time because it's like you can when like you think you're supposed to be there someplace or somebody gonna be there, They say black man time. They call it
Black
black
man
man time.
time.
When you think you're supposed to be there, but you like, okay, if this is CP time, they're gonna get here at this time. They get there in black man time. They get
Black
there at
man
CP
time. Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So that's how you know, like, okay, you saying you down the street, but that's 30 to 45 minutes.
45 minutes down that street.
And it
Yeah,
literally be 45 minutes. Like
that's real. That's real.
so that's definitely something to get used to. But again, the biggest thing is to be able to adapt and pivot. Keep in mind that you're going someplace that for a lot of us we've never been, and even to the country you've never been. So it is a respectable place, majority Muslim. So
Right.
or not, maybe not majority Muslim, but it's how widely
It
practiced.
is. It is
It is
majority. It is
okay,
majority.
okay,
Yeah.
okay. So it's super widely practiced. So there is a level of respect, which I enjoy that about the air there. I enjoy that about the respect level. Like people not out, you're not gonna see nobody just doing nothing crazy. Like at least in a sense of some things you may see in America, it's a little different because of the culture there. So that's something to keep in mind as well. And I would say those are the biggest challenges I saw.
Yeah.
Again, as long as you can be flexible, like I say, you'll be fine. It's not gonna deter you. It is just
Yeah.
gonna inspire you to want to do something about it though.
Right. Right. And just you kind of touched on the Muslim Christian thing. That was something that was really beautiful for me is
Mm-hmm.
that when we were in the village, they said a Muslim prayer and a Christian prayer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, when we went to Mama Yvonne's place, when we went to God's house,
Mm-hmm.
she did both a Muslim and a Christian prayer. Nobody, at least from what I experienced there, nobody was really tripping off of what, oh, you Muslim or you Christian. Everybody just vibed together, you know.
Yeah.
There were people that were with us in our organization. Many of us were eating, some were fasting,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we respected that, and but they respected that, we were just doing our thing. So that was really beautiful
Yeah, it
to see
was.
everybody
It was to do
just
that.
getting along. Yeah.
Yeah, of course. The what is it? The consideration that they have for
Hmm.
the different religions there is
Religion,
beautiful.
yeah,
Yeah,
tolerance. Yeah.
yeah. I
Yeah.
enjoy it. Um, but those were the biggest challenges I would say that I experienced. Let me ask you, what was something that changed you?
Oh, wow. The trip to the village.
Okay.
That the naming ceremony, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I know, how we did it was a bit untraditional because that's usually a private affair.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the timing, it was done in front of the entire community, which I'm grateful for Chief that they actually asked us if that was okay, and I was
Mm-hmm.
like, absolutely. So
Mm-hmm.
to be able to share that with
Mm-hmm.
everyone, that was really powerful. It's a bit hard to put into words. Um, to become part of a family there
Mm-hmm.
and to learn who I'm named after, that I'm like, wow, am I worthy?
Mm-hmm.
Just to break it down a little bit, Sing Bay is of course from Sing Bay Pia, who led the Amistad revolt, a Mende warrior. But the second half of my name, Senese TB, TB being the family name, my extended family there gave me that name, and it's named after a great warrior who was buried in their community. So I actually got to go there and stand in front of his tomb. That I man,
Mm-hmm.
that just hit me. You know, that was pretty powerful,
Of
pretty
course.
powerful. Um, Another experience, and this will maybe kind of lead us into our workshop talk.
Yeah.
Um, Getting this.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, some of you may have heard, I had been going through the naturalization, the citizenship process.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and yeah, it worked. Myself and Sister Yewa,
Yeah.
Sister Kimberly, we got to go to the State House. It was on national television there. It was a total of 57, no, 50, 59, 58 African Americans and one sister from the UK. Um, yeah, who all received our citizenship. Um, yeah, the second to the last day of our trip. So, and we were given our passports by the president in front of everyone. That was heavy. I never thought I would meet a head of state, not on some business like this. So it was.
Yeah.
Kenya's laughing. She said it worked. It was like,
Yeah, it
yeah,
worked.
it really worked. Yeah. So those two things, and just meeting y'all and meeting our family there. That's changed me. Yeah.
Right.
How about you, sis?
You know what? When we went to Lester's Peak,
Mm.
and we got to, and we were, I don't think it's the tallest point, but it is a very tall point to where you can see very well.
I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, Chief of Kenya, it is the highest point in Freetown.
Okay, really? Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
in Freetown.
Okay, in Freetown. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So to be able to look out, I'm really big on like visualizing what I choose to see there. So I was there and I was just like blessing the whole city and the whole country. It's the tallest in Freetown. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So I was just blessing the whole city, and I was just seeing in my mind it being built in a way that our people were free and we were owning and operating all of it. So I was just having this moment on top of the mountain, and when I was done with it, I just thought I'm gonna get my blessing. When I get down from
Mm,
here, I'll
mm,
get that thing that connects me to what I just envisioned to Sierra Leone.
mm,
So
mm.
we went to number two beach later that night, and
Yeah.
I was on the beach, and I just went out and just did a little dip, my little meditation. Anyway, I'm looking on the beach, and I just saw this black thing in the sand, and I was like, let me just pick it up. It might be a shell. So I picked it up, and then I'm like, oh man, I'm picking up some charcoal, right? Like,
Mm, mm, mm. Right, right,
so
right.
I'm looking at it, but I whacked it off, and it was a natural. It's a sea beam. So it's a jersey, and so that to me was one of the things that changed me forever because it it was like the epitome of what I came there for, and it was the
Mm,
epitome of like everything that I had in my mind. It was like yeah, the charcoal. It was like a blessing from the country to me for me to find that because it's
yeah.
is considered like a lucky thing and it's considered, even though I don't believe in luck, I understand how things work. So to me, it was like the blessing and the confirmation. Meeting Josephine, Mama Josephine too.
Oh, Mama
Yeah,
Joe. Mama
Mama Joe.
Joe. Yes, at
Yeah,
Government Wharf. Yes, yes, yes.
exactly.
Mama Joe.
Yeah, and it was a few blessings that even she gave me. So it was just like, to me, it was the culmination of it all. It all changed me, and that's why that seed was so important because it was the last day that we were going to be there, and it represented what I wanted. I wanted to come to Sierra Leone and be able to take something back with me that would instill something in me, and that's what that represented for me. So the combination of meeting you all, the combination of seeing our work and how it affects
Yeah.
the people there, the combination of seeing the obstacles and challenges, and then like we could do something about this, because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people don't see how the continent of Africa affects us here. They don't see that, but we see it with even just how we're communicating through the phone. The minerals, the resources, like the raw materials, we're connected because we utilize that in order to keep our lives in luxury. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
So
right.
it's like we don't see that, but it all came together for me to be able to be like, wow, this whole trip, like you said, it was very eye opening for me. And again, I think that everybody needs to experience that at least once in their life, whether you repatriate or not.
Mm-hmm.
And that was, I think, the most life changing thing for me.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's
I
talk
miss
about
it.
this workshop.
Yeah, let's talk about the workshop. I know we went a little bit long. Um, Yeah, I'm just still daydreaming about our trip. So yes, we have, which will be our third workshop coming up on Saturday, June 12th,
Mm-hmm.
starting at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Right.
And yes, so this is our free game workshop, Road to Citizenship in Sierra Leone, where
Mm-hmm.
we're going to go over the steps it takes to acquire citizenship through naturalization. As I showed you earlier, this is not just something we do for fun. It actually is a real thing. 59 of us obtained our citizenship in late April, which again was just an amazing experience. So if this is something that you're interested in, um,
Right.
hit the link in our profile. There's a couple of steps in addition to filling out we also have a petition, which we're still
Mm-hmm.
running, um, citizenship for people that are Gullah Geechee, right?
Mm-hmm.
So one, you sign our citizenship petition. Two, fill out the workshop application. And the third step is to give a $25 tax deductible donation to our Gullah Leone Development Fund.
Right. Yeah. And the workshop is very important because it covers all the steps and everything that you would need in order to obtain citizenship and position yourself for citizenship. We also have a WhatsApp group that we keep up to date with all the new, uh,
Changes and yeah.
requirements of change. Yeah, that's necessary for citizenship. So that has been a game changer for a lot of people. Just being able to ask questions and speak with someone because you do have to be with a licensed tour company. So we are,
Yes,
yeah, and so we're able to facilitate that with you, for you, excuse me. And so you can, help. We can help you get to where you need to get to if you're looking to get citizenship in Sierra Leone.
absolutely. Absolutely. So again, if you are interested um, in obtaining citizenship in Sierra Leone, join our workshop coming up
Yeah.
in a few weeks.
Yep. So, we will have content dropping every week. We'll have content dropping on our YouTube, obviously on our IG and social media platforms as well. However, stay tuned for that because we'll be showing you all the updates that we have on the farming, King Jimmy. We have a very interesting video
King Jimmy. Yes, King Jimmy. Stay
when it comes
tuned.
to King Jimmy. We have
We'll
some
just,
very interesting material on
yes,
that.
stay tuned.
Stay tuned for that.
Oh, and
But our
also,
entire
oh, sorry, go ahead, sis. Go ahead.
So our entire trip we will have documented. We're going to share with you guys. We're just putting that together. So look up for that. Go ahead.
Yep. No, I was just going to say, and we will be live again next week,
Yep.
either Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Wednesday. We'll try to make an announcement next week. This week
Yes.
yeah, just kind of came on last minute, but yeah, look out for the announcement early next week.
All right. I appreciate it.
All right.
Many roots.
One famble. Pieces.
Peace.
Peace.